Hello all, welcome to Daily Report by OVTLYR. So let's get started today. Let's see who joined. Hey Doug, how are you? So so I was going through some of the news this morning, and I saw that China just cut the rates today, and I was looking into it. So that's kind of interesting because from last few months, at least that's what I have been reading in the news about the concerns in the Chinese economy and stocks like Alibaba, stock like JD and few other stocks were lagging from last I would say years now, like couple of years, and I was very hopeful about stocks like Baba and few other stocks. But this is, I think, it's a welcome kind of step from Chinese government. At least those who are invested in the stocks there are gonna probably see some benefit in the short term. Uh, Going through what's going on in the U.S. market, uh, consumer confidence falls the most in 3 years. I mean, again, I'm not very surprised. As I mentioned yesterday, there's this MSI report that's going to come first week of every month. It's a manufacturing index. The report comes, and I will be very, very careful to be in the market around that time, because whenever it's coming out from past few months, the stock market is taking a dip. So I would say be very, very careful during that time. Like, if I'm not mistaken, it's like third of every month. So closer to that, like if you are trading, just be careful around that time, because I can tell you right now, the manufacturing index is not going to improve, at least not now, not at least elections are over. So every month during that time, I have seen constantly from last few months the stock market is taking a dip. So just be careful around that time. All right, so let's get started. Again, if you guys don't know me, I am Mahesh. I'm co-founder of OVTLYR. What is OVTLYR? So we have built an algorithm that monitors how investors react to changing market conditions, news, price, some global events, some economic events, Fed rate cuts, whatever. So these investors, they react to these market conditions. We capture that. We have way to kind of score those, how investors react, and give a score whether they are too much greedy or too much fearful, and that score actually represent some of these opportunities that you can get into. And some of the other data points that we do provide is which way market is moving, which way stock is headed in the near future, etc. So there are so many things that you can get access, which are not available anywhere else, by the way. So let's get started. So today I'm gonna do things a little bit different. Usually I start from market and sectors. Like I look at market and sectors, but today I'm just gonna pull the stocks. I'm gonna start from step two, finding opportunities. Right. Let's go to our watch list. So we have a watch list. Every day you will see new stocks getting updated before market opens, um, which are in our bull and bear list. Essentially, these are the stocks which algorithm is suggesting there's a high probability to get in. And these are the stocks in bear list, which tells just be careful. It may be reaching the point of very high greediness, and you just need to be careful around these stocks. So let's get started. So again, I'm just gonna follow a little bit different approach today. So let's pull our first stock. So what I'm looking here, AD&T, I don't know what that is. Adient place. We'll look into it, what exactly they do. 30-day volume is looking good, above 1 million. So this is good. So I'm curious about this particular stock, consumer discretionary, right? Uh, we looked into consumer discretionary. Let's again pull how it is looking. So again, I'm starting from our watch list. I'm looking at the stock, right? Now I'm gonna work my way backward, in a way that because that stock is in discretionary sector, I'm gonna see how that sector is doing overall. Okay. So one thing that we see in this sector, at least right now, is number of stocks in uptrend are definitely going up, but also stocks in downtrend. There was a time in this sector a few days ago, um, around September 12, 13, when both stocks in uptrend and downtrend were in our favor. For example, around that time, what does that mean? Number of stocks in uptrend were going up, number of stocks in downtrend were going down, and this oscillator or this bullish percent plateaued here and it started moving up. Personally, I will stay away from when this happened, when it start reaching this top. But again, until it turns around, when it turns around and other things fall into place, I may get out. But still there is some opportunity. I don't know how long it's going to last, but irrespective, let's look into this stock, AD&T. Let's click here. What will happen is it will go to that stock detail page. I'm gonna do here. While it's opening, I'm just gonna click here, and I'm gonna pull this stock AD&T in Yahoo Finance. AD&T. Okay. Since I do not know anything about the company, I'm just gonna get myself familiar with it, what they do, and so we have like right here on our stock detail page, this little eye right here. Okay, Gold Hills Mining Limited from okay. So buy signal came today, and what I'm gonna look here first thing, whether it's a good opportunity or not, that's what I'm trying to find out. Uh, I'm gonna click on this analysts, this section right here, and in the meantime, I'm gonna pull. Is there any news for AD&T? Just want to make sure that there's no like AD&T up 3.4 last earning report. Can it continue? Okay, it's already up. Okay. AD&T Q3 earning miss, estimates guidance trimmed. So in my opinion, like when this news came out around August 8th, I don't like it personally, because guidance, I mean, it need to be good, in my opinion, for me to consider whether it's a good stock or not. And then I look into other things. If they are aligned well, then it looks good. Let's look into how chart is looking into in TrendSpider. AD&D. Okay. So one thing that I learned from Chris, which he loves, that he want to see 10 above 20. Right now it's barely crossing it, and he want to see like 50 below these. Right now, I'll be very careful with AD&T. I don't think I will consider that as a good option right now. So that's all it takes for me to look into whether it's a good option or not. I definitely looked into what the company is doing. Um, you know, uh, this in itself can be good, but I want to make sure that the other factors, the other data points also coincides. So to me, AD&T, it's not a good option. Let's go into the next one. Okay, Baba. So as I mentioned, I started this conversation um, with Chinese market, right? So Chinese central bank actually reduced the rate, and that is going to help these stocks. And I'm sure people who are holding on to Baba from quite a long time, they are very happy right now because Baba is kind of going up. I'm personally aware of Baba. It's not a it's a good company. It's a good company. Just the geopolitical things didn't agree with this company, so that's a separate story. But let's look into Baba, and I'm sure the news for Baba is you see the news is positive, positive, positive. So the news is supporting number one. We have a buy signal in outlier, right? Um, and if I look into it, you know, the earlier buyer signal that actually came somewhere around on July 12th, right? And then there was a sell signal here. Then there's another buy. So let's see. Discretionary, we already looked into it. It's still going up, right? And again, really, I mean, if you think about it, this is a company which is based in China. So the sector correlation with this particular stock may not be that high. So if I am kind of making a decision, yes, I need to see the sector go up, then I'm gonna make a decision. I don't think so because the correlation between this company and the overall sector is probably gonna be low or um, yeah. So let's look into Baba. Things are looking good here, right? I look into this chart. Things are looking good. The only thing that is a concern um, to me is these order blocks right here, right? So you need to be careful. So Chris has this beautiful strategy, right? So which he lays down in his trading room very beautifully. Like if there's an order block, and if you want to really doesn't want to sell at the close, then what you can do is you can just trade the 5 minute candle, right? And see when EMA 10 crosses below 20, again 5 minute chart, you can pull, and whenever that happens, you can get out. So right now, it's a good option, but because there is an order block here, that make me a little bit worried. That make me a little bit worried. So again, my analysis would be, if it was this morning, and it's already has gone up a lot today, then I'll be very careful with Baba also, at least because there's an order block here. If I'm thinking that it may cross, but I need to be very very careful and I need to pay attention to it. Let's look into the next stock. So again, my goal today is not to go the traditional way of looking at the sector, looking at market breadth. I'm kind of starting the other way around. Let's go down. Ball. I don't know what they do. um, materials, something with metals, I hope, or you know. Let's in the meantime, let's pull ball. Okay. So materials, we need to look at materials. Never ignore these data points. You need to look into each sector. You need to look into each, um, you know, overall market, how it is doing. Um, ooh, materials. Why I said, why I had that expression is because, again, we are late to the party. Why I say so? Because the party started around September 12, 13, right? And right now, if you're a long, if you want to go long, then you need to, s- start that journey bit early, and it will come. Again, it's not like you have missed it. It will come again, and as you can see, it go back and forth, and it happens. Right now, it's coming very closer to 75% material sector. I'll be careful, because once it starts going down, what happens is many times even the company is good, but if the overall sector is dragging down, it may bring that company down with it. So it's a good company, ball. Yeah, hey, it's red. It's red because um, let's see how it did in last, I guess, from in last couple of weeks. Yeah, it's low today. Okay, let's look here. Yeah, so around, yeah, around from this time when the sector was kind of started going up, you see from $65 to, I guess, $67. There was some movement. So right now it has already, even though there's a buy signal, again it may go up, which I don't know yet. It's an uptrend. Overall stock looking. Um, I'll pay close attention to it, how it goes. But for now, just for the way I look at things, I try to make sure that sector is also going in the same direction when I'm getting into a position. I'm very very strict about it. So when I don't see opportunities, I just don't get in. I may miss on opportunities, which is fine by me. Uh, let's go back. So materials, we saw that. Watch list. We can come back here. My bad. I was sharing the smaller screen the whole time. Let's look into one more stock before we can wrap it up. I don't know if uh, hmm, I know. Let's look into CRK, Comstock Resources. CRK. So as you can see, it has briefly went above this order block, 10 above 20, and it just happened a buy signal in outlier. It came out of the downtrend, which is good. I don't want to get into a stock when it's in downtrend, which is good. Energy sector. So CRK, CRK, Comstock Resources. I mean, energy sector. I mean, if you see this trend, right? It's a right trend. Why? Because stocks in uptrend are going up, downtrend are going down. Overall sector, it's kind of supportive. Uh, if you look here, 10 is above 20, which is good. A buy signal in outlier. Company, it's down today a little bit. Let's look into what other guys are saying. CRK. Hmm. So this news is from August 26th. So it's a bit old. Hmm. Probably not. I'll pass on to this one. Why? Uh, the company has been missing on its target quite frequently. Look, if I look into analyst recommendation, I mean, I don't see a lot of strong buyers, right? Uh, does it matter? I do give a little weight to these things as well, because I want to like have, if I'm trying to go long, like for example, Baba, right? So I bet this thing will be different for Baba. There you'll probably see more strong buys, and I haven't looked into it. I'm just guessing. Um, Shoot, it's up 7% today. Out of all the stocks that I reviewed today, oh, I would have considered. EPS review. You see, uh, thing with Baba is you will find a lot of strong buys here. Right now, the price is here. It was around $80, a month and a half ago, when our first buy came. The average consensus is around $108, so there is a room for that run, and other factors also looks good for Baba. There's an order block though, so you just need to be careful around that price. But all in all, I would say that that's how I analyze stocks within Outlier. I pull the watch list. I try to look for average volume. I click on the stock. I go to our heat map oscillator, how it's looking. I look the sector. I want to make sure that sector is in consensus, like it's going in the similar direction that I want to go in. Um, Look into news briefly if it makes sense. I mean, I want to make sure there's no negative news if I'm going long. um, I spend few minutes looking at overall news market, what Fed is saying, things like that, and then I decide. So I think the process is again very very simple. Once you get used to it, it just takes um, I guess few sessions. Once you get used to it, you'll start doing that in like 5 7 minutes per stock. That's all you need literally to decide whether it's a good buy or not, whether there's an opportunity or not. So again, I do look into market and sector. um, I take help from our bull and bear lists to find the opportunities, do in-depth analysis. For that, I use Outlier dashboard. I use Outlier data. I use data from TrendSpider. I use Yahoo Finance, which is again free. I look into stock news again, which is free. So yeah, all in all, I would say um, that's how I do it. And if you have any questions next time, if you guys want me to look into certain stock, happy to do that. Just to wrap it up, we have a special going on. If you guys want to lock it up at $299, that'd be, we are gonna increase the prices. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks all for joining, and let me know if you have any questions, feedback, how I can improve. I'm planning to buy a new camera soon, so I have actually ordered it today. So hopefully, I'll have a better camera in next couple of days. See you guys, all of you guys tomorrow, I guess.